we're going to do a little extra stretching for the hips and lower back. I know that some of you have been shoveling, snowshoeing, walking up mountains. Let's begin in constructive rest pose. Lying down on the back with the knees bent, feet in line with the sit bones. Take your arms out away from the body. Let yourself sink into the pull of gravity for a moment. Settling in, releasing tension, feeling your feet, the back of the pelvis, back of the ribs, shoulders, back of the hands, back of the head. Relax the whole front of the body. Just notice how things are with you today. We'll start by just gently bringing the knees into the chest. So lift one foot up, bring the hand to the knee, lift the other foot up, got one hand on each knee, and gently exhale and pull the knees in close. Relax your shoulders, but go ahead and let the lower back go flat. And then move your knees out away from your chest until your arms are straight. Keep your shoulders dropped down and relaxed. Back of the neck should be long. If it's helpful to put your head on a pillow, do so. Gently pull the knees in. Feeling the lower back go flat as the thighs come in close. Lengthen the back of the neck, relax the shoulders. And move the knees away until the arms are straight. You feel your tailbone back on the mat, returning to the neutral spine. That one more time. Pull the knees gently in. Notice now your pubic bone to belly button connection. And connect there, letting the lower back flatten. Shoulders are still relaxed. This is the flat back position. Now we're going to extend the arms. And move out to the neutral spine position. And place one foot down and then the other. Relax the arms. Bring the attention to the pelvic floor. Feel the tailbone, the sit bones, the pubic bone. Connect those 4 points in your mind's eye, making a diamond and inhale. With the exhale, draw the diamond in close to the perineum, engaging the pelvic floor. Squeeze the sphincters, lift the perineum up towards the crown of the head. No movement in the pelvis, just pelvic floor engagement. Then relax that. Let it release completely. And then picture your belt, your transverse, this big broad belt that comes around the lower back, buckling beneath the belly button. Take an inhale with that image. And with your exhale, snug that belt around your hips. Feel it protecting the lower back and snugging around the hips. Let it buckle beneath the belly button. We're still in the neutral spine at the moment, and then relax. Release completely. Return your attention to the pelvic floor, the diamond. And when you're ready to exhale, draw the 4 points of the diamond into the center. Engage, squeezing the sphincters, lifting the perineum up. Maintain it for a moment. Your pelvis has not moved, just engaging in the pelvic floor. And then relax. And as you relax, picture your back pocket spreading so your sacrum eases out. And bring the attention back to the belt of your transverses. And with your exhale, let it gather from around the back. Big snug belt of support like the movers wear. So you've got a lot of stability around your pelvis, lower back, low belly. And then release that. Relax completely. Soften. And one more time to the pelvic floor. Inhale. And exhale, gather the 4 points in, squeeze the sphincters, draw the perineum up towards the crown of the head, and release. As you relax the pelvic floor engagement, soften at the sacrum. Imagine your back pockets spreading away from each other. And bring the attention to the belt, and with an exhale, wrap the belt around, snug across the hips and low belly, buckle it beneath the belly button, and then release and relax. Then we're going to take a pelvic tilt with that inner core in place. So we start with the pelvic floor, gather the belt around, and then draw the pubic bone into the belly button and flatten the lower back. Feel that stretch of the lower back, then leaving to the flat position, and then relax, release, let the back pocket spread. Do the same thing again. This time I want you to try to be aware of not pushing off of the feet as you do that. So engage the pelvic floor, the belt first, and then without pushing off of your feet, tilt the pelvis. Let the lower back go flat. Relax the shoulders. And then relax that. Now we're going to check that. So let's lift the toes up off of the mat. And then lower the toes down and lift the heels up off of the mat. And lower the heels and lift the toes. And lower the toes and lift the heels. Lower the heels and lift the toes. Lower the toes, lift the heels. And now we're going to lower the heels, lift the toes, and keep the toes lifted. Engage the inner core. Tilt the pelvis without pushing off of your feet. See if you can still get the back flat with those feet flexed back like that. Feel the intensity of the contraction between pubic bone and belly button. Maintain that, lower your feet down. We're going to keep the back flat as we do arm lifts. Inhale up. Keep the back flat and float the arms back towards the wall behind you. Inhale and float up. We're going to keep the back flat and do a little head lift. Chin into the chest, lift the head. And lower. And keep the back flat. Reach back with the arms. And float the arms up. And do a little head lift, keeping the back flat. And again, lower down. Keep the back flat. Reach back. And once more, come up with a flat back. Lift the head. Bring your hands behind your head. And lower the head down. Relax. You're going to go back to a neutral spine. Let the ribs flare. Inhale. And then exhale. Imprint the back ribs. Undo the flaring of the ribs. And inhale, release that. Let the ribs flare. Exhale. Imprint the back ribs. And release with the inhale. Once again, imprint the back ribs. Engage the low core muscles, the pelvic floor, and the belt. Tilt the pelvis. Now we have the lower back flat, the ribs imprinted. Lift your head and keep the head lifted as we do alternate leg lifts. Back flat, lift the right foot and lower it down. Keep the belly scooping in, the lower back pressing to the floor. Lift the left and lower it down. Once again like that. Pelvis is steady, lower back is flat. Ribs imprinting, belly button scooped in. Left side, same thing. Now we're going to add an extension of the leg. Scoop the belly in, right up. Flex your foot. And take your leg out across the room. Keep your back flat. And bend the knee. Keep flattening the back and lower the foot down. Scoop the belly in. And lift the left. The pelvis is stabilized. Flex your foot. Stretch out. We've got the inner core, the pelvic tilt. And we have the back ribs imprinting. Left foot down. We're going to do one more set like that. Whole back, reaching down to the mat. Right up. Flex your foot, extend out. You might have your leg a little higher than usual. Bend the knee and lower. Keep the back flat, the back ribs imprinted. Left up. Flex, extend. Keep flattening the back, bend the knee, lower the foot. And then we're going to bring the head down and let everything return to neutral. Relax for a moment. And re-engage your inner core. Imprint the back ribs, knit the front ribs together. Lift your right foot up and take the right ankle over to the left knee. Feel your neutral spine, and then we're going to slide your foot even farther to the left. So it's like you're staying cross-legged, which of course you never do, right? Flatten the back by tilting the pelvis, and then lift both legs up. And then we're going to reach up and hold where you can across the front of the left shin or the right knee. Beginning to stretch the hip, relax the shoulders, relax the face. Lower back can be pressing down into the mat, feeling some stretch in the right hip. Now we're going to bring the arms out wide like a T, Go at your own pace. Turn your palms down as we do this first bit. We're going to start to go into a twist, moving both knees over to the left side. Now, part way might be enough for some of you. If part way is enough, you're just going to stay part way with your palms down. If you can go all the way over comfortably, you can release all the way over. And when you do that, turn the right palm up, and if you like, adjust the shoulder, the right shoulder. And take a couple slow breaths there. Now feel the stretch down from your right ribs to your left back pocket. And I want you to engage along that line, like you're trying to get your right ribs into your left back pocket and come up out of the twist. Come into the center. Engage your low core, lower both feet down, or both legs down, and then uncross the right. And relax a moment there. And then reset the inner core, the ribs to the opposite back pockets, the back ribs imprinting, lift the left foot up, take the left ankle to the right knee, and then slide your foot as far over to the right as you can, tilt your pelvis, and lift both legs up. And again, we're going to stretch here for a moment, and grab around the front of the shin or wherever it's convenient. Feel some stretch in the left hip. And then we'll take the arms out wide like a T with the palms down, and we're going to go slowly, move towards the right side, and if you can only go part way down, that's fine. Just stay where you're getting an appropriate stretch for your hip. If you're going to stay part way, keep your palms down. If you're releasing all the way, then you can turn the left palm up, adjust your left shoulder, and everybody breathe slowly into the twist. And then reach your left rib cage all the way down to your right back pocket. Turn your left palm down if you had it turned up. And come back into the center by shortening that diagonal line. And then we're going to lower both feet down and return to the neutral with the arms relaxed. Without pressing off of the feet, let's tilt the pelvis to flatten the lower back. And release that. Do that twice more. So find the gathering of the pelvic floor, the belt around the hips, and then bring the pubic bone into the belly button. And release. And if you're having trouble not using your feet, lift your toes up. We want to concentrate on the rectus abdominis between the pubic bone and the belly button. And release. And let's bring the hands to the side. Set your low core muscles. Tilt your pelvis, imprint your back ribs, lift your right foot up. We're keeping a flat back and the back ribs imprinted. Lift the left foot up. We're going to get ready for our 100. No, actually, we're going to do some circles first. So let's take the arms to the ceiling and draw the knees in close with the arms up and vertical. And let's do the knee circles. Keep the shoulders down and the back ribs down, knees together, and we'll circle around one way. And pause, and then circle around the other. Knees are going together. You're moving everything below the waist, trying to stay completely still above the waist. Relax the shoulders. Keep the shoulders down, keep the back ribs down. One complete circle one way. I'm going to feel that flat back, and then reverse the circle and go the other. We're going to go one more in each direction. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Good. Now we're going to keep the knees in close to the chest. Bring the hands down to the side. Now we're preparing for the 100. Engage the pelvic floor, the belt, Tilt the pelvis, imprint the back ribs, and knit the front ribs together as you press your hands down into the floor. Lift your head. Now as you extend the legs up, take them a little higher than usual. Make sure your back is really flat, and then we'll begin pulsing for 5 exhales, and then inhale for 5. Now if you want to challenge it, you can lower the legs down a little bit, but only if you can keep the back flat. Exhale for 5. Of course, the back ribs stay imprinted as well. Exhale for 5 pulses, and inhale. Exhale, and inhale. Exhale, and inhale. Exhale, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, one more set. Exhale, and inhale. Good, lower the head. One hand on each knee, drop the knees out wide, and flop them around. Really relax in the hips. Circle around. It's okay if your pelvis is moving a little. Reverse the circles. And give the knees a hug in. Notice the back is flat. Make sure that the back of the neck is long. Keep the back flat and straighten your left leg out along the floor. Press the back of the left leg down. Flatten the back and keep it flat. Reach your right foot to the ceiling. Hold the back of the leg and flex the foot and point the toes. Flex and point. One more time. Flex and point. Big hamstring stretch. We're going to try to keep that hamstring stretch. Back flat. And engage the inner core. The ribs are knitting and imprinting. Let's do 5 circles each way. Keep monitoring that the ribs stay down and the pelvis is still. Find that hamstring stretch and reverse. Keep the back flat, keep the ribs imprinted. Then I'm going to bend the knee. Using the left hand, pull your knee over to the floor or towards the floor on the left. Good. Go over as far as it's comfortable. Adjust the right arm where that's comfortable. Breathe into the back of the body. Breathe all the way down into your right back pocket, into the lower back, into the right back ribs. And exhale, pull your belly button towards your spine. Relax the right shoulder even more. Inhale all the way down to the right back pocket. Exhale, pull the belly button in, relax the shoulder. Okay. We roll to the back, bring the right knee in, and then pull the left leg in to join it. Keep the back flat, straighten the right leg out. Reach the back of the right leg down. Keep the back flat, straighten the left leg to the ceiling. Hold the back of the leg back, leg is straight and back is flat. Point the toes and flex. And point. Flex, point, and flex, and we'll finish in the point with the back flat, everything stabilized and still. 5 circles each direction. Make sure you're keeping your back ribs down. Check out your back left ribs. Pelvis is steady. After 5 one way, 5 the other. And then we bend the knee, right hand on left knee. And pull your knees slowly over towards the floor on the right, moving into the twist. Go as far into it as feels good to you. Adjust the left arm. The shoulders should be comfortable. You can get more or less shoulder stretch, but never any strain. And breathe into your left back pocket. Breathe out, pulling the belly button into the spine, relaxing the left shoulder. And breathe into the left back pocket. All the way down the back. Exhale, pull belly button in, soften the left shoulder. And then we're going to roll to the back and bring both knees into the chest. We have a flat back here. We're going to move through the abdominal series with the back flat. So keep one hand on each knee for the moment. Engage the inner core. Tilt the pelvis by pulling the pubic bone to the belly button. Feel that belly button scoop right into the spine. Pull your ribs down on a diagonal to the opposite back pocket and press the back ribs into the mat. Keep all that in place as you lift your head, and keep all that in place as you go to the single leg stretch. Extend one leg out, both hands to the bent leg, and then switch. And switch. Switch, back is flat, switch. Pubic bone to belly button to spine. Switch and switch. Keep flattening the lower back, imprinting the back ribs, and we'll go to the double leg. One hand on each knee, checking that your belly button is scooped. Exhale, reach your arms and legs out away from the center and come back in. Now the back's going to want to arch, so you're going to counteract that by pressing the belly button down and imprinting the back ribs. Exhale, push the belly button to the spine as you reach your arms and your legs away from center. Exhale, reach out. Inhale, come back in. One more time. Now keep your legs straight, your back flat. Single straight leg. Nice hamstring stretch. Take your time. Keep the back flat. Pull the thigh of the up leg towards you. Chin into the chest. Good. Soften the shoulders. Lift your elbows. Take it slow. We're trying to stretch the hamstrings here today. Now both legs straight up. We have the lower back flat, hands behind the head. Scoop your belly button firmly in, back ribs down. Start to inch your feet towards the floor and then bring them back up. Now we're keeping the back flat, pushing the belly button to the spine, keeping the back ribs imprinted as we lower the legs down and up a little bit. This is definitely not a big range of motion with the back flat. Legs are as straight as possible, so you're stretching your hamstrings and strengthening your abs and protecting your back by pressing it down flat. One more time. Now keep your back flat and bend your knees, and we maintain the flat back as we do the crisscross. If it's too much to keep track of all the choreography with the legs bicycling, just keep your knees bent, and still you can even put the feet down. Make sure that your back is flat, your pelvis is steady, back ribs reaching towards the mat when they're on the side that's nearer to the floor in your crisscross. Okay, head down, knees to the chest. Passively now, rock your knees from side to side. And then roll to your side and lie on your left side. Knees comfortably bent. 45-degree angle at the knees. Do a few clamshells here. Dropping the right hip forward. Engage the pelvic floor. Take your belt really snug around your hips. Let's do 10. Lifting and lowering the right knee. Pelvis completely still. Trying to keep the left leg passive and get your stability not from your left leg, but from your belt across your hips. When you're done, relax, bring your hand to your right waist. Engage your inner core. Take an organ lift, lifting your organs up off the mat and straighten both legs. Maintain your organ leg. Lift your top leg up. Roll the whole leg in with your toes pointed. Reach the toes towards the back of the right heel. Then come up, flex your foot. Roll your whole leg out and reach your heel towards the front of the left leg. Roll in, point, and right foot towards the floor. Roll out, flex, right heel towards the floor in front. One more time, point, roll in, toes towards the back. Lift, roll out, flex, heel towards the front, and lower. We're going to bend the knees again, and this time straighten your right leg out in front of you. Reach down, touch wherever you can on the right leg. You might be touching the thigh or the toes or anywhere in between. Or we're going to go do a big spinal twist here. Let the right arm reach out to the side. Relax the right shoulder down and breathe slowly. Feel the stretch down the right side and all the way down the right leg. Check your right shoulder. We want that relaxed. And then release, bend, roll to your back, bend both knees into the chest. And then we're going to roll to the other side. Lie on your right side, knees comfortably bent, neck and shoulders easy. Rock the left hip forward, so it's a little forward. Engage your belt, your pelvic floor, and do 10 repetitions of the external rotation, clamshell here, rolling the thigh out in the socket, stabilizing with your core muscles. Try to relax the right leg as much as you can. When you're done, relax and place your right hand on your waist. Everything's relaxed for a moment. Then you find the pelvic floor, the belt, and then add your organ lift. Lift your organs up off of the mat. Keep them lifting as you straighten both legs out. Lift the top leg. We're going to roll the whole leg in, point the toe, and reach the toes to the back. Lift up. Roll the whole leg out. Flex the foot and reach the heel to the front. Roll in, point, and reach the toes back. Keep the whole foot straight. Roll out, flex, heel to the front. One more time, point, roll in, toes to the back. Flex, roll out, heel to the front. And then release. Bend both knees back to the comfortable position. Straighten your left leg out, roll all the way in front of you. And again, grab hold of your leg wherever you can. Up on the thigh or down to the toes, wherever you can. Left leg is straight out in front of you. Then open the left arm out to the side. Slow breathing into this twist. Feeling the stretch in the shoulder perhaps, the back, the hip, and the hamstring. And then we're going to roll to the back and bring the knees into the chest for a moment. Now we're going to finish by using the wall for a piriformis stretch and a hamstring stretch. If you can't find a wall, you can often use a door. So we're going to come up close to a wall. Now, if you know you're relatively tight, you're going to come maybe 2 feet away from the wall. I'd like you to, between a foot and 2 feet away from the ball, depending on your hips. And then we're going to, with the knees bent, bring the feet up on to the wall. And first we're going to do a piriformis stretch. I want the tailbone to be down here. I know we've been working with flat, but we're going to keep neutral. And so we're going to find the inner core, tailbone's on the mat, engage, and bring the right ankle to the left knee. Get your tailbone down. If you need more stretch, of course, you can go in closer to the wall. If you can't keep your tailbone down, go out a little farther from the wall. Relax here. Hopefully this is a little easier on the shoulders than the version that we usually do when you're holding the leg. So I want you to let your tailbone sink, your shoulders relax, and feel the hip, the right hip buttock stretch. We're aiming for that less intensity in the front of the left, hopefully, and good deep stretch in the right buttock. Shoulders relaxed. And then we'll uncross the right ankle and place it on the wall. And then bring the left ankle to the right knee and settle in. Tailbone on the mat, shoulders relaxed. If you need more stretch also, you could push your left knee away with your hand. And then we'll release and bring the left foot to the wall. And we're going to stretch both legs up to end with a hamstring stretch. So the right distance away from the wall is the distance that lets you have your tailbone down and feel some stretch at the back of the legs. Depending on how tight you are, you'll be farther away. If your hamstrings are pretty loose, then you can be quite up close. So we'll get the tailbone down, the legs up the wall comfortably, the arms spread out wide, and then we can just relax there. So let yourself sink into the stretch. Relax the shoulders. Relax the neck. Let the back ribs soften down. Relax the muscles around the lower back and the belly. Check in with the muscles at the front of the thighs. Our hips, of course, are flexed now, but the wall's holding them up. So see if you can ask these superficial hip flexors to ease out and soften. Think of your tailbone dropping down into the floor. And again, spread your back pockets. Let there be some softness at the back of the pelvis. Sacrum melting wide. Keep dropping the tailbone down. Feel the stretch up the back of the legs. Adjust as necessary. Tuck back in. Are the neck and shoulders still relaxed? How's the face? If you need a little something for your shoulders, you can keep the legs as they are. Be sure your tailbone stays down. And just as you inhale, float your arms up and back. Keep the back of the neck long. And exhale, bring the arms down. And we'll do that 3 more times. Or simply rest with your arms comfortably. Inhale, stretch up and back. And float the arms down with the exhale. And do that 1 more time. You can leave your arms straight up to the ceiling now and bend your knees. And then bring the knees into the chest. You might need to move a little bit away from the wall. Or if you've got enough space to stay there. And we're going to finish by hugging the knees. One hand over each knee, shoulders relaxed, back of the neck long. And hug the knees in close. Feel the lower back flattening down into the mat. Relax the shoulders. Then straighten the arms. Move the knees away until the arms are straight. There's your neutral spine, but relax in the neutral. No need to support right now. The arms are helping us. Hug the knees in. Lower back goes flat. Relax your neck. And then straighten the arms. Neutral shows back up. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Soften the belly. Do that 1 more time. Pull in. Flatten the back. And move the knees away comfortably. Shoulders stay relaxed. And then to come out of this, we're going to roll to whichever side is comfortable. Take a moment with your knees folded in like fetal position. And then whichever hand is on the top, use it to push you up. Come up to seated. And that'll do it. So hope you're feeling well. Good luck with your back and enjoy. Have a good night. Take care. Bye-bye.